it's gonna be awkward.
I don't get it. You do the math.
Boom, what up?
Back in the saddle again.
Yeah, dude, if y'all needed a sign, it's episode 9.
Woo! Look at you coming
You know
in, dude.
what I'm saying,
Stepping
dude?
in, trying to take over. It's alright.
No, dude, I thought about that in the shower, and I was
That's
like...
always where I think about it, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just, as we were showering after the
Pre-pod
gym,
shower,
dude, I
I'm like,
was
dude, what am I going to open with?
Yeah, well, I thought of that because I was like, if you don't have any...
Well, thank God you did, dude, because I had nothing.
Yeah,
I had
you were
nothing
singing
there.
Aerosmith.
Yeah. Yeah, I was.
Dude, well, welcome back, everybody. I'm back to being Justin.
I'm back to being Z.
And we identify as ourselves again,
Yeah, I forgot about that.
right?
Yeah, this season's gotten weird, man. We're weird. We are definitely weird people, and I've accepted it. I've come to full terms of being a weird person, and I think more people need to embrace their inner weird. I think more people have, though, and it's good to see.
Yeah, dude. Well, how's the week? Good.
It's good, man. I'm tired of shit, though. I gotta be honest.
Yeah, we started a new workout plan, trying to get back in shape. That's been fun.
Which we got out of. What's so funny too is like you would think doing a show like Awkward MMA that we wouldn't have gotten out of shape throughout that entire process because you're like, oh, you see you on camera, you're doing workouts and shit, and it's like, no, not really. Because
Yeah,
you really just show up, you do a few, takes. They're takes. It's not a set or reps. They're takes instead of reps.
well, in our style of shooting too, we don't do a lot of takes.
No,
Like,
we're
we
very
do-
run and gun.
Yeah, we do like 1 to 2 takes, maybe, depending on Awkward MMA. It was really dependent on Z Hut and how much, if he was shaking or sneezing or something.
Well, not even that. It would be too with certain with certain guys too being in front of the camera. They would say something like, "Oh fuck, I wanted to explain it this way," and they were like, "All right, we'll do it again." You want to explain it differently because they felt like they.
But it was
missed
a quick, just move on to the next thing.
Right,
like,
right.
You go, I go. So we knocked those out, and
Well,
usually
that was the hard thing too. Is that we were
our
at
part
the
was only
gym.
20 minutes.
And it's not like the gym was shut down when we were in there either. So
Right.
it was like all these other things going on. Point being, just gotten so out of shape because as soon as we were done doing that, we would go straight into editing, getting the whole thing together. And then
and that would take a couple days.
but then it would be like, so we would try and shoot like midday, and then it wouldn't be till night. And then by the time we would have gone to class to say fight ready or the gym, we were here. And now we're back. Got away. And dude, I lost interest too through the process. I lost interest in working out as much because I've been so focused on work right now
Yeah.
for ASB Elite stuff because we got a lot of cool stuff coming with that. So,
Yeah, dude. Well, there's also too the I think like I don't know about you, but I got so burnt out of the mountainside gym that we were going to.
oh yeah, the gym we were going to that's a big factor.
Because like we had been training there for like
Really years.
4 or 5 years, pretty much,
Yeah.
like for the better part of that. And I mean, like it's just you get to that point where like you've been somewhere long enough to say it's not what it used to be.
Yeah.
And then, like, it just starts to rack up every time you go in. You're like, God, this is not what it used to be.
Yeah.
And, like, you can only handle saying that so
Well, and then you
often.
start feeling weird too. At least I do, and I think probably only feel this way just because we did move around so much growing up, and we're never just in one place ever for a lot of years, except for once. But like, pretty much most of the time, it was like going around to different things. So when I see other people leaving, or like say you stop seeing someone go to the gym that you've seen go there for years, and like you feel like they've moved on, to a different gym. Maybe they just moved to another city. Who knows? But like in my mind, I'm always thinking that they're just off doing other shit, and I'm here. I'm still fucking just trucking away here at this gym, man. Like,
oh, like they're out doing something with their life, and you haven't left.
Something like that, a little bit of that, but like more so, just like it just feels weird. Like,
I mean, this is Scottsdale, not Crenshaw, but
I get that, but for the sake of it, it's just something in my head. For whatever reason, I feel as if they, not even that. It's just that you just see people leave that were there for a long time. So now it's not the same as it was, even to a deeper degree, because, those are your boys, those are your people, or whoever. The old guy you used to wave to, he's no longer going to that gym. He chose a different one up the street.
Yeah, one that his insurance paid for or something.
Yeah, anything. So then you have a whole new list of people, and then you've been the guy training there for years, and you've got to now meet a whole new wave of people. Every gym, it seems like, has a wave. There are waves that come in.
Yeah. Well,
and when you see multiple waves go on, you're like, fuck this a little bit. At least me.
Yeah, I feel that with gyms especially, because when there's a lot of turnover and you got to meet a whole bunch of new people, especially if staff turns over, that makes it tough.
Yeah, like we're dealing with that in our office building.
Yeah,
it's like, all right, guys, it's time to find a new spot.
Yeah, it feels like that because like you get to know some people, dude, and like they know your name
and how how they run the system, like the overall theme of how, like, when say
just the process.
Mm-hmm. Because even with managers or even just a staff, like, dude, I've been going to the same bank since we moved back to Arizona. I've been going to the same fucking bank. That's not even, I don't even know why, but it's I used to go there. I stayed going there because of the workers. Because I was like, dude, I can't leave these people. Well, now we're going through this again to where they're leaving. They've all left actually now. We have a whole new crew, completely different. And I'm like, dude, do I keep my money here? Like, I don't trust you guys.
You know what it almost feels like, dude, for me? And maybe one of the reasons why I get so sour about it is, like, I feel like I'm being loyal to the spot. And then, like, all the other regulars that are like, I feel like
you almost feel like they let you down a little bit.
A bit, yeah, dude. Because like you're like,
dude, I'm still like fucking here.
Yeah, dude. You start to feel like you're in a gang with these people. You're on a team because you see them every day. You work out with them. You say hi, whatever.
Whatever the case, yeah.
And then all of a sudden they just start leaving, dude, one by one. You're like, all right, dude. Well, I still wear the hat. What
was cool with the bank was that I actually had a few that did say, like, hey man, it's my last day here. I'm actually moving up. I'm going to be working down at a different location.
That's cool.
So it's an opportunity for me. The Yeezy kid, the kid that would always talk to me about Yeezys.
Yeah.
That
the
was
hustler?
him.
Was that the Jersey Mike's kid?
No, it was a different kid.
Oh.
He ended up, the same thing though too. He told me too. He's like, hey, it's my last day. Just, I don't know if you're going to be in, but Saturday's my last day. Today's cool. Friday. So
that's cool.
Catch you later, bro. See you on the other side. Something like that.
That's cool, dude.
So I had that at least, but like with the gym, it's usually way more cutthroat. And I feel like people maybe felt that with me too. Like I think about high altitude MMA, the MMA gym in Denver.
Yeah.
And like, for whatever reason, there are probably a few reasons, especially because like Advocare days and some pyramid schemes got tied up into, but I got deleted nonetheless by pretty much everybody except for like the ones I was really, really close with out of that gym on Facebook for whatever reason. And it could be because I just vanished one day and all of a sudden moved another state. But I didn't go in and say, hey guys, I'm moving back to Arizona. Like, if you're friends with me on Facebook, you would see that. But like maybe they felt pissed that I didn't come in and have a little more personal, like, hey brother, I'm leave it.
Hey, brother. Yeah, no, dude, I would have been pissed, dude. If I was on you, I would have probably unfriended you. I've been like, fuck this kid, dude. Like,
but like, you know what it was though? I think a little bit because I had such a negative. I had such a negative departure leaving Arizona when I was 14. I had such a negative view on really everything, but the world, the people that I was friends with that I felt like I wasn't friends with anymore. and not playing hockey anymore. Kind of trying to find my lane. So I felt like I needed to just move and not tell anybody and be like, dude, I'm just gonna leave. And if someone really wants to reach out to me, they'll reach out to me if they really care about me.
Yeah,
but then you find that they don't.
They
you
just
find that
don't
they don't.
care.
They don't give a fuck.
But like I was like that when.
But I think I did the same thing, and it wasn't the right thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, I've done it too. Like I've unfollowed or unfriended people who like at whatever time I feel like they're more irrelevant.
They're just not a part of your life for whatever or you feel like you need to move on from a certain aspect of your life,
which is stupid to me. Like I don't really want to like be unfollowing people that don't like. If there's no harm, then it's all good. Like I don't. My ratio's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about it. So,
well, and that's the thing too for me, and where I changed too, because when I first got out of high school, all the friends I had made or acquaintances.
But that's recent, dude. That I've become more like probably in the last year that I've been like that.
I would say so for me too.
Because I've been way too cool for school.
When we started this show is when
I eased up. Probably I would say probably around then too.
Because, like for me. I unfollowed a lot of people like after high school, but it was for a different reason because I felt like I was the only kid, dude, that didn't go to college. So I kept seeing stories, dude, every single night. It'd be like Wednesday night. People are at a bar drinking and partying and like house parties and like hot girls in the store. And like you see that. And I just got done reading a book and I'm like going to bed. And I'm like, dude, fuck all this, bro. Like,
yeah,
I got Gary Vee telling me to go pick up garbage and sell it, and then, dude, I
was sort of like that though too. I just you get to that point where you just cut everything off, like when hockey ended.
Yeah.
When I would see my friends who like knew that they weren't probably going to go to the NHL, but like continued their junior careers, like. I had a hard time with that because they were all having so much fun.
Yeah.
And, like, I knew that I just wasn't capable of that. And, like, I had lost any bit of fucking love that I had for hockey. And so then for them to be out there having that much fun and doing all that, I just couldn't even comprehend it. It made me so upset.
Yeah, it's like adding salt to the injury a little bit.
So I feel you on that, but then there's also been times where I just have been a dick, and like I'm like, oh, you're not cool enough.
Definitely, yeah, me too. I've definitely been that to where I feel like,
and I just do not want to be like that. Like I haven't
forward.
been like that last year, and I don't want to be like that moving forward.
Yeah, same here because, it's not ever cool too because like I since we've started the show, I've noticed a lot of people like unfollow and stuff, and sometimes like, dude, you're like, fuck, man, like. Shit, is it that bad? The content that fucking bad?
Yeah.
I don't post that much, like it would, like, come on. And then I think about it, it's like, you know what, it's whatever, it's all good because...
you just don't know what they're going through.
Exactly. You never know.
You don't know if they tried a podcast 6 months ago and failed.
Exactly.
You don't know if, like, they've been thinking about doing one for months and just haven't had the money to start one yet.
Or like a girl, dude. Like if a girl unfollows you, maybe she got a man. Because there's one time in a relationship for me to where I was drunk, dude, and I was in an argument with an ex-girlfriend, and I was like, you know what? Like I don't even care because it was like I've followed girls and I still do, but I unfollowed all of them though that night to prove a point. And then you break up, and then you're like, all right, well, sorry I unfollowed you. I'm back. Here's what happened. And then you look like such a fucking idiot, man. And then they don't ever follow. Most of the time they don't follow back, and they shouldn't.
No, they
because
shouldn't.
I shouldn't, dude.
You shouldn't.
You shouldn't have that kind of behavior in a relationship. And granted, I was like 20, but. Or 19.
I mean, you got to go through some shit, but like, when you've got the relationship that you're gonna be in like forever, can't be doing shit like that.
No, not at all. I mean, It's tough though because I forgot what I was gonna say before we got onto the topic of the girl stuff, but whatever we were
brought up that fight, and you just start thinking of it.
So thinking that fight, dude. Now I'm like, I don't know if we can finish, dude. I'm getting stressed. Like, I'm checking my phone, make sure there's no get blown up. No, I'm just kidding.
Dude,
sweating.
Speaking of girls, dude, me and Shay took little man ice skating on Sunday.
Yeah, that was fun.
It was fun. Yeah, right as I was leaving, I asked you. I was like, last call and learn to skate, and you fucking turned me down.
Did turn you down? Well, I actually got a lot done on. So I came here. I got film equipment, and was messing with the film equipment for some lights. Getting into some good production shit.
That's cool.
So I was dealing with that.
When we were trying to go to the Coyotes game, but it was Pens. It was a big game, so we couldn't get tickets. But
oh, you were?
Yeah, and it was kind of short notice too. I didn't even know about this game until a couple days before.
Oh, okay.
A few days before.
Yeah, well, Penguin games are always hard to get tickets for.
Yeah, I feel like Penguins,
Chicago,
Blackhawks, and
really any Canadian
probably
team is
Toronto
tough too.
now, especially now.
But who also sneak up on you too is
Calgary.
Calgary really sneaks up. Winnipeg, obviously.
Yeah, Vancouver not as much, dude.
Well,
there's a good showing, but not as much.
It depends on how late the game is. Because I've seen it on an earlier
they're
day.
older.
Exactly, you get a way older crowd at the game.
Anyways,
Montreal too, dude. Surprisingly.
So we decided though that we were gonna go ice skating and figure it out, or like just go out there.
Right.
But we had to figure out which rink had public skate on a Sunday, and so the only one that had it was Arcadia and Chandler, and they were both
Arcadia, really.
Yeah, they're both pretty equidistant from where we were, so we just decided to go to Chandler. And dude, the crazy thing about that is that place has changed so much over the years.
Yeah.
And there was a big change from when it was polarized to Desert Schools Coyote Center.
Yep.
But then when it went to whatever it was it something after that?
I think it went back to polarized.
They tried to run that back.
Desert Schools,
and
Coyote
then
Center, yeah.
Yeah, and then but now it's been bought by the Ice Den and completely redone.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's not bad or anything. Like I think
it's definitely more modern. It's cool.
It's a very cool training facility. I think that would be a very good spot if more Coyotes lived
in Chandler
in that part of the valley. Then I think that would be a perfect practice ring for them.
Yeah.
But it's still, nevertheless, just very different. But it's also the very first rink that we skated on.
Yeah, I was gonna say is crazy being at the new spot of it, just because like we were saying, because like now it's like what they used to have when you first walked in. You'd have like a restaurant, little thing, and then they'd have a pro shop and then a gym. If you listen to Awkward MMA, we talked about the gym, which Master McGowan was out of, which where I started MMA.
Right.
But if you go further back, they had all those games, dude. And they had so many games. We're talking
Arcade
Time
games,
Crisis, dude. The one that goes, the one with the loop, and you have to stop it as it's spinning around. It's all those colors, and you got to stop it. They had air hockey. I said Time Crisis. Big buck bow hunting.
Hey, what was the one, dude, where you
racing.
were in a car? You were in Tokyo, though. You were a Tokyo cop.
It was a Tokyo Drift. It was Tokyo Drift, dude. It was a Tokyo Drift game. Right when the movie came out, I'm pretty sure, dude.
No, that's not right. I think it was called Tokyo Cop.
Tokyo Cop? I don't know.
Tokyo Cop.
And another thing we used to do there is,
yes, sir.
While you were playing, while you were playing hockey, me and the other like brothers on the team, we'd
Hell
play
yeah,
hide and
dude.
seek and Polar Ice. Polar Ice is the spot for hide and seek. It's probably not anymore, but like, and we also used to know, what was her name at the front desk? Alyssa. She used to hook us up with tokens. Elena, dude. Mm-hmm. Go in there, get some tokens from the back end.
She was cousins, or maybe aunt or cousins with Hunter McQueen.
Yeah. I
So
remember
that
that now.
was a hook up there. Or was it? Or was
It was Hunter McQueen, yeah.
it was Hunter?
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember that. It was a fun time, dude. Like the growing up in the rinks, and what was also crazy too, I was actually talking about it with
It's different now.
it is. But I was talking about when you were playing, I was talking about it with mom, and there's like some kid just like walking back and forth like in that spot in the ice den, how there's that upper spot. And I was laughing just talking with mom, like we used to be running just up and down, and what's so crazy how mom didn't ever even like pay any attention really, like she's like you could just do anything and not even have to worry about it and under supervision, and not like I don't know if it's not still like that, but it definitely is a different vibe to where it used to be
Well, it's
way
a
more
different vibe
community
in the world.
for sure. Yeah, because like you used to know everybody in the rink,
Right.
and
Well, there's a lot of people who've come to Arizona and like they're just a part of like there. It seems like there's been a wave since I've been out of the game, especially since I've been out of Arizona hockey. That there's been a wave of people who have moved here and have played hockey in wherever they're from.
that's crazy. I didn't know they had ice here.
And yeah, a lot of that probably. And then, they get their hockey equipment sent down and join their men's leagues. And then they get their kids into it. And it's not bad, but like it just is it's hard cuz like I don't know everybody anymore. Like I saw a Facebook post today of like it was congratulations to the new manager of Behind the Mask in Gilbert, and I don't fucking know who that is. I don't know who the guy is.
Yeah, but what I was just about to say is how much of this is just being disconnected from the game. You know what I mean? Because like I feel like, but then again, it didn't feel like as much turnover. Like there were guys.
Well, it just hasn't been that long. Like there hasn't been like
that long,
the older generation of guys, I guess, like haven't really had kids yet to start playing.
Yeah.
And so it's still like we're still in the first really generation of Arizona hockey.
Yeah.
Until I don't know, I actually don't know of a single
person from here that has a kid playing hockey.
No, I don't know of a single one.
Yeah, that's a good point to bring up. But the thing is though too is the age in which we grew up and the ratio to where like if you think about what they were at, say when we were young playing, they were probably in their late teens, early 20s. So for them to work there from 17 to like 23 as we were growing up the entire time, and then for them to go off and do other things, it's not that weird.
Well, it is considering like the managers that managed those stores when we were growing up were in their 30s. Like it was just a different vibe.
Yeah, you got that for sure.
Like the whole thing just was a way different vibe. But like, it's just it was a cool thing though to do, to be able to take little man and skate around. And Shay hadn't skated in a long time, so neither of them fell. It was a successful day.
It's good.
Successful day.
Good.
All right. Should we do a quick camera break and then take a couple listener questions?
Yeah, let's do it.
Bounce.
Let's do it.
All right. We're back.
Back in the saddle again.
Back in the saddle again.
Another Aerosmith reference.
Yeah.
Let's do some listener topics.
Yep. Hang on. Can we first address sound?
Yeah, sure.
Because it's obviously better now for this part of it than the first part of it.
Yeah.
We had an issue with the recorder there on the first part, and so
TDs.
what you're seeing is my best effort on the editing and post side of it. Now you're hearing the normal, correct version of how this is supposed to sound. Fair? All right. Let's get them listener topics.
Let's get into them. So, first one we got. What is the biggest obstacle in life you have had to face so far? Did we?
We didn't do that one.
We didn't do that one?
Nope.
Okay. For some reason, I feel like we did.
Nope.
All right, go ahead. You want me to go first? You.
Yeah, you go first.
My biggest obstacle in life. I would have to say. I mean, there's been a couple that have been tough, and I don't know which one's been necessarily harder because they've been hard different ways. And the first would be, like having knee surgery and then deciding to quit playing hockey, find something new, and then all while that's going on, moving to Colorado, being in an all new school. So that was definitely a big obstacle. And then choosing not to go to college in the sense that, not like an obstacle, just in the sense that you do really feel like alone a lot of times, to where you feel like you're on this treadmill of a grind, that seems never ending. And like, it doesn't seem like you have a lot of people around you that are really like on your side about it. So, but that's still something I'm going through now. So I haven't seen the other side of it. So like, I don't know if it's the biggest obstacle because it could end tomorrow, could not, so maybe. So that's for me though.
Okay.
Too.
For me, I would say it was losing myself. Like, just the fact that I had identified with myself as a hockey player, and then when that ended, obviously I didn't play hockey anymore, and so then I felt like I didn't have an identity as well, and then I was also pretty bitter. So the combination of that led to a bit of a downward spiral, which I think we touched on in the prologue. And I think getting through that to the point of feeling like I have a purpose of living that's way bigger and way more important than being a hockey player.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously still young, and that we got a lot of obstacles yet to conquer, but I mean, that was a big one and a good lesson learned for me.
Yeah, that's got to be, because you have that kind of one pinpoint thing that you put so much into and then have it all taken from you, which, like, I didn't feel that.
I mean, it's not, it wasn't, it was more taken from you, dude, than it was from me. Like, you had to get career ending.
Wasn't, but I could have come back. Like, I could have.
Yeah, but like, you just had it at that age, though, to where it would have been
for a season that I couldn't have.
It would have been an important season that you really couldn't have missed. And like that, it was way more taken from you than it was from me. Like, if anything, that, like, bad timing and some other, just crazy things for me, but like, it wasn't, it was my decision to stop playing when I stopped. Like, I stopped young.
So
I never even.
I see what you're saying, but I mean, then taken from you is not necessarily the right word, but it's just.
But like, that was the attitude that I had towards it, and that was why it was so unhealthy, and why I had such a problem, was because I felt like this dream had been taken from me when it's like, it's fucking silly. it's a game, and like I probably would have never made it anyways. It I don't know, but
Yeah.
like I wanted it, and that's just um that was what it amounted to. So um just getting through that was the biggest
Yeah.
deal. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that'd be tough. That'd be really tough. I haven't had, anything to where like that to where it was something where I put so much into it. And
definitely
then-
wasn't taken from
Yeah, well,
me.
that wasn't what I was trying to say. More so my point was that like you put everything into something and then you didn't get the end result you wanted.
Yeah, that
Uh,
sucked.
That's more so what I mean by taken from you, because like I've never had that. Like I never looked at myself in that way, especially when I was younger. I never was like, I'm gonna be a professional hockey player. I'm not like I could never really think in that sort of way to where I was like, I don't know. I could never see myself being a professional like that seems like way above my fucking pay grade.
Right.
So a lot of times I just felt, so I never invested emotionally is my point, the same way that maybe you did in hockey, to where my tie with hockey was way more on a social aspect, and I think I probably talked about that in the prologue, but
Well, that still makes it a tough obstacle regardless. So
yeah.
shout out to both of us for overcoming
Hell
hockey related obstacles.
yeah. This next one we got is if you could travel in time.
This was the one that we did. So we just got the other one that was
Oh,
in the inbox.
okay, gotcha. Yeah,
Little
we're picking
light
up
on-
we're picking up on some from last week and a little light.
A little light this week, so if anyone gives a fuck.
And you know what? I'm gonna take somewhat responsibility. That's a little bit my bad. I was super late to getting it out. I usually do one on a Sunday and a Monday, and I didn't get to it till like
I mean, how many
Monday
people saw it? You know
afternoon.
what I mean? Enough to where
Well, no, someone should, if you want them.
I mean, it just is evident that it's in another inbox.
Got fucking 8 accounts.
You got a selfie from some dude. Okay,
Alright.
would you rather leave your unemployed son homeless or pay for his drug habits and illegal activities?
It's a heavy one.
It's a real heavy one.
Okay. Let's think about it. Well, I'm curious what the illegal activities are.
Well, I mean, probably.
Was it just doing
regarding-
drugs or is it slinging drugs?
Well,
Because
it's
there's a little bit of a
probably-
difference.
like a lot of times when you do drugs, you have to sling drugs to have the money to do the drugs.
Okay.
So it's sort of the vicious cycle, so to speak, that
Yeah.
goes into being
Well,
a
sure.
drug
Yeah, that's
addict.
definitely the structure of.
I think that's the and illegal activities.
How old's your son?
Yeah, I don't.
I feel like I would have fucked up somewhere further back too, to where like if your son is down that road to where he's either unemployed or, having bad drug habits and doing illegal activities, you're looking at it's bad parenting on the front end. Maybe.
I think that there is this is tough, dude, for me because I've had drug issues when I was younger, and like I've basically got a son now. So like I think that the best thing that can be done for any kid or young adult growing up is education and awareness about everything, like really mass exposure to as much as you can handle as a little person which is something that I feel super blessed about in my life from like the street drug standpoint, where I got fucked up was that they weren't teaching you about painkillers and sleeping pills
Yeah.
and all these doctor prescribed medications in fucking Dare. They were warning you against meth and crack and heroin and cocaine and which
Stay
is
away from needles.
pure crack. Yeah, like these sort of things. And
Like the
so
real shit.
well, it's all real shit.
Well,
dude.
yeah,
like
no,
that's
but that's how they made it seem like this is the real shit. you
right.
know?
Yeah. So growing up, like I always stayed away from every drug, but then when it came to like
Pharmaceuticals.
I'm injured and I need to play, I'm not going to do these bad drugs, but doctor gave me medicine, so it's okay. And then I continue to need it and need it. Well, it came
Right.
from a doctor at one point, so it's fine and blah, blah, blah.
It
Well,
was prescribed to
I'm
somebody.
drinking with it, but it's fine because I'm a beauty, so I can handle it and all these things. And, then that becomes the problem. But had all of those drugs been lumped into the same conversations as Dare, or as I was having about meth and about heroin and about, these other bad drugs that are just as bad, I don't know that I would have gone down the same road.
Right.
So it's of no fault to like my upbringing as to
You are
why
right.
I got messed up in those sorts of activities. And it's really the system that's at fault for that, to where
There's definitely a lot of scenarios where the system failed, and that's not what I was saying. To where it was
right.
like, it's not like I'm not saying it's on me if my kid fucking goes off the rails, because there's a lot of times like you do all that you can do, like M&D, like they were the best. Like I couldn't picture a way to be a better parent,
Right.
But you started, so that's where the system failed you.
Well, the system
And-
failed everybody. Like they failed
Yeah.
M&D, they failed me, they failed them as parents because they're telling like they don't know.
Yeah.
Conspiracy theorists were the ones saying don't do painkillers. You'll get addicted to painkillers.
Be careful with the doctor subscribing. It's like, okay, dude.
Yeah, the crazies are the ones
Hippie.
saying that sort of shit. But then come to find out, like, that's real shit. And 20 years later or 15 or 10 years later, we're having to relearn or unlearn this stupid psychology that's been now
Well,
indoctrinated.
look at the food pyramid too.
That
the
yeah,
food
it's the
pyramid's
same
the
exact
same
thing.
principle, yeah.
So it's again no fault to that or that, but now we have this knowledge and now we have this information.
You gotta
for these,
blame the higher ups, dude, that aren't even in existence
for these
anymore.
next generations. But now I think it's about education awareness. Again, like that's the way.
Well, yeah, and now it's just easier than ever, and it's always getting easier too, which is good. Obviously, that like
To be educated.
yeah, it's accessible. Like
Right.
you can learn so much shit, and you don't really have to deal with the same like wake up. Oh my god, like you can look up and like if you want to know if ghosts are real, man. Like we were talking about it on the other week. Like you can see some shit that's pretty convincing that ghosts are real. So if you want answers to things, if you look, you can now
Dude,
look.
Speaking of drug habits and ghosts, I watched this clip of Steve-O on a podcast, and he was talking about these,
Shout out to Steve-O.
yeah, dude, these ghost experiences that he was having when he was on drugs, and he
What
would
was he
have,
doing?
huh?
Like acid or something.
No, well, he was doing a lot of PCP, but he was also doing like he would go on a 3-day coke bender, and
What does that consist of? Just like all day, every day for 3 days? Is that a bender?
yeah, where you're just high on coke for 3 days.
Oh wow.
And like,
How do you not die? Then your heart just go.
well, that's the thing with Steve-O. It's no one knows. But he has an idea that these spirits were there for him because he told this story of a bunch of spirits in his apartment staging a formal intervention, and then there was an instance where like he was getting ready to do a line of blow and he thought to himself, this is going to kill me, and then he's like, I don't care if it kills me, and like right when he had that thought and went to do the line, he felt like someone jerk the chair to like make him rethink what the fuck he just said in his head. And like it was as if it was a direct response to that thought of not caring whether or not he dies. He's like, I still did the line, of course, but but he had a different outlook on whether or not
what he was
he
doing in the
lived or
future.
died. Yeah, and so that I think like that he was talking about it in the instance of psychosis, and that happens when you are on drugs and you have like these experiences of delusion and all these things. But like the same thing can happen with dementia and Alzheimer's and these other psychological issues where like you start to see things or hear things and things aren't what you and I see as just regular people. But like,
your
does
brain went to a certain way.
does that make it not real? Are they fucked up, or do we just not know what they're seeing?
Yeah, like has their brain been pushed to a certain?
Yeah, or they are just on a different. Are they just on a different plane? They're just in a different, essentially for understanding. They're just in a different dimension.
Yeah,
essentially.
yeah.
And it's. We don't know. That's the problem about the brain and humans studying it is we can only go so far studying our own brain.
Well, and think about psychedelics too, dude. I had a buddy in high school who I haven't talked to him in years, man, but he's a big psychedelic guy. And I've never done psychedelics, so I don't know how the trip works, but he was telling me it's the weekend happens, we get back to school, it's Monday, and he's like, dude, I had a fucking vision. And I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, I had a vision. I got this LSD or something in the mail. Which, yeah, dude, I don't know how you just get that shit in the mail. But I don't even know if it's from the mail, but I'm pretty sure he said he got it from the mail.
All right, dude.
And anyway, so he's like, yeah, dude, like I'm done doing drugs. And I'm like, really? And he goes, yeah, dude, I had these visions and I was seeing this. I'm going to focus on business and like focus on all this stuff. He was saying like he was seeing, what's it called? Fibonacci code. I don't even know what that is, but I had to look it up because he was telling me, and I think it was just a bunch of numbers and shit, but he was
Is Mark Zuckerberg now or what?
He might be, dude. I don't know. I should look him up, but, yeah, dude, I was dying though, dude, because he used to just come in and say that shit like it was nothing. And I don't know if he stopped or not.
Yeah, I've never done psychedelics either, but I wonder like
a lot
what
of stories about them.
Yeah, but like you wonder, is it something that's happening just on a different plane and we can't see it?
Right.
Like we don't know
what's really going on.
Don't,
when you have those experiences.
We don't know what we don't know.
Yeah.
And it's just a little bit different than it's just not so simple, I don't think, as like they're fucked up.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just a very ignorant stance if we look at it throughout the history of time. Any time where society has said they're fucked up, time has proven that to not be an issue. Like webbed feet was a huge issue at one point, considered a huge deformity.
Oh, really?
Yeah, webbed feet. But now, who the fuck cares if you have webbed feet? Like maybe 3 or 4.
Well, have you seen?
Yeah,
out of my league.
Yeah. I've seen. I say maybe 3 or 4 like people give a shit about that, but they're weird and into feet.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you got to say that. Like, you have web feet, and you're like, yeah, so what? And they're like, oh, and then they're, well, I'm into feet actually. So, and then you're like, so now you gotta have that conversation.
Yeah, that would suck.
So you don't want to
dude.
like be like, oh, gross feet, because then they're like, what are you?
But that's
staring at my
that's
feet
the
for?
thing. That's what I'm saying. Though, is like it's just silly, dude. We can't just say they're fucked up. We just
Yeah,
don't
that's the thing.
understand it.
But that's definitely the right answer. But as I'm thinking back to the question, it was, would you rather feed the habit? And it's not really necessarily saying would you rather find help for him or help him through that. And that's kind of more the direction you're taking this. And I agree. I would, or that's how I.
Well, you don't. You
feel,
can't.
I would like to
enable.
help. No, you don't want to enable.
You
so you wanna
can't.
help.
Whatever you do, you can't enable.
Well, then you.
So if
then
it
you can make him
comes-
homeless. Then.
So if it comes down to it, then yeah,
then it's probably homeless.
then-
And let him kind of learn and be like, dude, you're gonna have to see.
yeah. I mean, and if
But oh, that would suck, dude.
yeah, but like the thing is it's just not up to any of us what happens
Yeah,
to
true.
another person. So like you can't, even if you're their parent or their best friend or their
Yeah, there's nothing.
whatever,
you
there's
can do at the
nothing
end
you
of the
can
day.
fucking do or say. And a lot of times what is and what happens. So, whether that's good or bad, I don't fucking know until this is all said and done and we can all look at it like a big book or a movie. But until then, dude, we're gonna bounce because I'm hungry and it's late. And it's been a good week. Sorry about the TDs.
Been a good week. We are very sorry for the TDs. And have a good rest of the week and have a good weekend. Be safe out there, you zoo animals.
That's it. All right. For those of you just tuning in, I'm Jay.
Z.
And together we are Jay-Z. Cheer. Hove.
Better flavor.
It's gonna be awkward.
Better drag.
Dude. If you're gonna come in after the thing,
More flavor.
Red Apple Wet.
I don't get it. You do the math.
Better drag, more flavor, less throat burn. That's the Red Apple way.